What's up, my fellow music freaks? Jex Russell here, and I have for you today a long-awaited CD update, and this one is massive. Let me just show you what we'll be talking about today. This, and that. So we're gonna be here a while today, so why don't you grab a snack, maybe grab a beverage, and you know what, you should probably go to the bathroom too. So why don't you pause this, go pee, come back, and we'll get the show on the road. Hey guys, it's Jex, and I have been promising you guys a CD update for quite a while now, and it's finally here. This is all stuff I've picked up since August, so it's been a while, and I've been pushing this back, been busy with school, but here it is, better late than never, I always say. So this is probably going to be a two-parter, because I got a lot to talk about, and knowing me, I'm going to talk quite a bit about every album. I'm going to try not to, but this is probably going to take a while. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. So let's get into it. These first few were from Matt's media outlet. I've mentioned that place many times. I'm always there. Cool place, cool dude. So here we go. Found this. Really happy to find it. The Cars. This is their self-titled 1978. I love the Cars, man, and I love this album. I've had it on vinyl for over a decade, and I spin it quite frequently, but I don't see the CD very often. So I was really happy to find it. This is basically their greatest hits. Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed, and my favorite cut on here, Moving in Stereo. I just can't hear that song and not think about that scene from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. You know, Phoebe Cates coming out of the swimming pool. Those two, that song and that scene are just, they're merged together in my mind. But yeah, the Cars, self-titled. This next one, I have mentioned this in one of my road trip videos, but I never brought it up in an update. So here it is, Geddy Lee, My Favorite Headache. This is from 2000 on Anthem Records. I didn't even know that Geddy Lee had done solo stuff until I found this, and I'm a huge Rush fan, as many of you guys know. And I was really happy to find this. It is great stuff. It's great stuff. It's, you know, you guys are probably wondering, does it sound like Rush? A little bit. A little. It sounds like later Rush, like Snakes and Arrows era. Yeah, definitely check it out. It's worth it. Top tracks on here for me, My Favorite Headache, and Home on the Strange. Great tracks. Great bass, great voice. Geddy Lee. Everything you'd expect from him. Another one I've had on vinyl for years, but I don't stumble upon the CD very often. TRex, Electric Warrior. You guys know this. TRex, obviously, Bang a Gong, Get It On, was a great hit on here, but probably my least favorite on here, just because it's so overplayed. I've heard it so many times. Mambo Sun, the opening track, love that one. And Cosmic Dancer, Jeepster, Monolith, just a great selection of tunes. I don't think there's a bad song on here. So yeah, TRex, happy to finally have it on CD. The next one, this man needs no introduction. Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tears. And this is an Ozzy album that I've kind of avoided. Not on purpose, but you know, I knew the hits on here with No More Tears and Mama I'm Coming Home. I thought they were okay songs, but I just wasn't tempted to check out the rest of the album. And the cover, it's not what you'd expect from Ozzy. You know, it looks like gentle Ozzy. So I was just not drawn to it. But you know, price was right. It was $4. I picked it up, and I really like this album. I felt bad that I've been putting it off for so long. You know, Mr. Tinker Train, I Don't Want to Change the World, which is one of my favorite tracks on here. Mama I'm Coming Home, Desire, No More Tears, and the Zombie Stomp. Great song on here. So yeah, can't believe I put it off for so long. Great add to the collection. So that same trip, Concrete Blonde, Bloodletting. I'm not overly familiar with Concrete Blonde. They're kind of like gothic rock, you know, from the late 80s, early 90s. This is from 1990. And it's good stuff, you know. They had a hit with the song Joey, which I heard. I remember hearing it. I think I was at a thrift store years ago, and it was playing on the radio. I was kind of like, hey, this is kind of a cool song. It's kind of on the slower side. And the opening track on here, Bloodletting, the vampire song, is probably the best track on here. Great opener. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's great, but it's good. All right, this one was from a flea market, and Plop actually found this for me. He was with me, and he's like, dude, and I thought he was gonna take it because he saw it first, but no, he let me have it. And it's Kingdom Come. This is their second album called In Your Face. Wait a minute. Kingdom Come, In Your Face. Kingdom Come, In Your Face. That's gross, you guys. I had to. Yeah, it's a clever play on words. Disgusting. That being said, Kingdom Come, these are like the Led Zeppelin clone. I have their debut on vinyl, and I really like it. And I was looking forward to checking this one out, and it's just as good. They're a little less of a Led Zeppelin clone on this one. You still sense the influences. You know, Lenny Wolf's. Is it Lenny Wolf? I think so. His voice is still, you know, very Robert Plant-esque, but they have the kind of their own. They got their own thing going here, which I think is cool. So yeah, it's been a while. I can't really remember top tracks or anything on here, but I just remember liking it very much, and yeah, I look forward to giving it more spins. Kingdom Come, In Your Face. All right, this next one, I have it playing in the background. Well, the MP3 version is playing in the background. Total Blind Buy. Another blind buy gone right. I got to tell the story real quick. I was in this little town called Shediac, New Brunswick, which is about 15 minutes away. My wife had an appointment there, so I brought her to her appointment, and I was just killing time. So I found this little thrift store. I don't know, it had this really like religious vibe. I'm pretty sure that was nuns running it. The old ladies working there had this nun vibe. So anyway, I go to this little thrift store, you know, because on the outside it's got like pictures of like churches and priests, you know, and crosses and stuff. So I go check it out because they had like CDs and cassettes and stuff. And I'm looking at the cassettes, and they actually had like some Metallica, like Bon Jovi, Poison, like old like, you know, 80s rock, metal. I'm like, this is kind of cool. And then you know, my wife texts me, and she's done her appointment. So I'm like, I gotta go. So on my way out, I see this stack of CDs, and this thing just jumps out at me. And here it is, Detritus, Perpetual Defiance. And I'm thinking, I gotta go pick up my wife, and I'm just so drawn to it. The cover is awesome, which I later found out it's by Rodney Matthews, a fantastic artist. So I'm debating, like, I don't know what this is, because like the logo's cool, and I'm looking at the titles of the songs, and I was just kind of worried that it was death metal, because it kind of has a death metal look, and I'm not into death metal by any means, but I'm like, I gotta give it a chance. So I bring it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. So I bring it to the cash, and it turned out it was $1. So I'm like, I got nothing to lose, even if it's not good. I didn't lose much money from it. So I pick it up, and later on, when I get home, I just go on No Life Till Metal to see what Scott had to say about it, and it turns out that it is British Christian thrash metal. So I'm like, okay, it's not death metal. That's a good sign. And I was telling my buddy Jim Willis too. Jim Willis from Guilty Forgiven. I told him that I found this, and he freaked. He's like, that is awesome. I can't believe he found it for $1. Like, I think he paid like 20 some for his back in the day. So I was really excited. So I listened to it that night. I went for a walk and listened to it. Amazing. Yeah, I've given it many spins since. Yeah, definitely check these guys out. The singer's voice, what's his name? I remember him having a cool name. Mark Broomhead is the name of the singer, and I just love his voice. It's kind of has a James Hetfield vibe on occasion, not all the time, but every now and then, it's almost like he's like, yeah, you know. Yeah, Subliminal Division, Point of No Return, Playing with Fire, one of my favorites on here, Taste the Blood, Morbid Curiosity, and No Mercy. No Mercy is a fantastic track. If you're going to check out any tracks by these guys, No Mercy. I remember hearing that one, I was just like, wow, okay, this is cool. So yeah, Detritus, Perpetual Defiance. I know they have another album for sure, right? I forget how many albums they have, but I'd like to check out the follow-up to this one. I checked it out on YouTube, and it's pretty awesome. I'd love to find myself a copy. Detritus. These next two are actually from Pla. He got this huge lot of CDs from, I think it was a coworker, and there was a few he didn't want, so he's like, dude, are you interested in any of these? I'm like, sure. So I grabbed this one, The Best of the Doors. It's a 1985 release, 2 CD. I actually had this. I've had this in my collection for probably since 2004 or something. I picked this up, but the CDs were pretty rough shape. They even skipped, and I looked at these and they're like near mint. So I got this as a replacement because I love the Doors, and Pla does not. And he also had in the lot White Zombie. This is Astral Creep 2000 from 1995. I'm not all that familiar with Rob Zombie or White Zombie. I never gave them, that much attention. I don't know why. I just figured it's something I wouldn't like. And I checked out this album. I listened to it on my way to and from school, and it's actually pretty good. Yeah, I liked it. I can't say much about it because I haven't listened to it enough, but it's nice and heavy, and yeah, I look forward to checking it out again. I think Electric Head. There's Electric Head parts 1 and 2 on here. I think those songs I liked, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry, like I said, I didn't listen to it enough, but it was better than I thought it was going to be. All right, these next ones are from Value Village. The Value Village is like practically next to the college where I go, so it's hard for me not to go there after class sometimes. And this one day I go in there and I couldn't believe I found this. The CDs are $2, and this was just there chilling with the other bad CDs. Megadeth, Countdown to Extinction. Like I didn't have this one, and I love it. For me, this is the last Megadeth album that I really, really liked. After that, not that the stuff that came after that was bad, it's just, it wasn't the same. You still have the classic lineup on here, with Marty Friedman and Nick Menza. It's awesome. I think the case is a little messed up. The CD falls out. But yeah, for $2, Megadeth, yes please. And that same trip at Value Village, this was just kind of cool, and I had to give it a shot. It's 40s Hits, Great Records of the Decade, Volume 1. Yeah, again, very different. This one sticks out like a sore thumb, but I don't know. I was drawn to it. I figured it's something I could listen to around the house. It's kind of mellow and that the wife won't mind, And DJ Legion, as I mentioned him quite a bit, he likes all kinds of music, and he likes this old kind of stuff. Like, you have Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, Louis Armstrong, Judy Garland, lots of great oldies on here, and this is a great compilation. We listened to it quite a bit, and yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to change things up. So yeah. All right. And then another trip to Matt's Media Outlet. I went there, this was probably back in September at this point. More good stuff. Lou Reed, Transformer. I love Lou Reed. Didn't have this one. I've been wanting this on any format, vinyl, CD. Don't have it on vinyl yet, but I found the CD. Satellite of Love, probably his biggest song on here. Vicious is another great track. And I actually like the New York Telephone Conversation. It's only a minute and a half, but it's a great little catchy tune. So yeah, Lou Reed, Transformer. That same trip I also picked up Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion 1. I've had the second one probably since February, and I liked it. And, the more I listen to Guns N' Roses, though, the more I realize I'm not that big of a Guns N' Roses fan. I don't hate them by any means, but when I have them on, I'm just like, okay. I'm not like, yeah! I'm just like, all right, it's pretty cool. It doesn't get my head banging. But, but they're still a great hard rock group, but, just, they're not my favorite. Let's just leave it at that. And, this is a cool one. Oh, I love this guy. Jim Croce. I always have a hard time saying it. Photographs and Memories, his greatest hits. Yeah. I didn't have anything by him on CD. I have a compilation on vinyl. But, yeah, my buddy Alex from school really got me into this guy. And it's just, again, it's some great mellow music to have on around the house. Yeah, Bad Bad Leroy Brown, Operator, another big hit, Photographs and Memories. What else? You Don't Mess Around with Jim. Awesome song. You Don't Mess Around with Jim. Willis. Little shout out to my buddy Guilty Forgiven. All right. This one I didn't have, and you guys know I love this band. Here it is. Kiss, Psycho Circus. another album I kind of avoided, not on purpose. I just was never drawn to it. But you know, this was a big deal. The year was 1998, I believe, and you know it was the Kiss lineup, the original Kiss lineup back again. But it didn't do as well as you'd think. You know, the title track, Psycho Circus, that was a huge hit. But everything else, you know, people didn't seem to care as much for. But I thought it was a great album. Now that I finally listened to the whole thing, it's okay for what it is. Into the Void was a great track. I even like Raise Your Glasses. You know, that was an okay tune. I feel like there's another one. I Pledge Allegiance to the State of Rock and Roll. Yeah, it's Kiss, right? I needed it in my collection. So yeah, Psycho Circus. All right, this next one. This was a recommendation by my good friend Frank Landry, channel 33 RPM. He mentioned that he loves this guitar player. This is actually one of his favorite guitar players. And I wasn't really, I knew the name. I wasn't really familiar with his stuff. So I checked it out. And this is Stevie Ray Vaughan and Double Trouble with Texas Flood. And this has, I knew one song on here, Pride and Joy. Big hit for the guy. And I didn't know anything else. And I like this a lot. It's some great blues rock. And I had it on, and I just felt like I was in like a bar, you know, a pub, you know, with some pool tables around, and like some bikers, and you know, people smoking cigarettes. Because you know, back when it was still legal to do that, that's the vibe I felt. You know, like I was in a pub, you know, Roadhouse style, and I liked it. I like that vibe. I don't listen to that enough, and it just made me realize how much I like blues rock. So. You know what? I'm going to leave it at that for this part, guys, because I'm already at like almost 20 minutes. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to make a part 2. Hope you guys are enjoying, and I got some good stuff coming up in the second part, so you won't want to miss it. Peace out.